Hello everybody, I am FTA.
And I'm Tron John.
And welcome back to the Mega Man 8 Let's Play. We just defeated the first half of Dr. Wily's mechanized robotic minion bastards. I don't know where we went with that one. And then
We were trying to go for the Dexter thing. Like,
Wily, your mechanized minions are defeated. Now it's just me.
hey, Tron John,
Well, in context of Mega Man, it'd just be saying it's me.
it's me, and Rush, and Eddie,
Well, the rest don't want to do shit. He turns into a motorbike in
and
this game.
Beats.
Rush turns into
and
a motorbike.
Otto.
He turns into a motorbike in this game, TJ.
I know!
And it's terrible.
It's crazy awesome.
You're an idiot.
I know.
One thing we thought before we go and fight the for some reason British swordsman in this game, we thought we'd one of the things we like, it's a very small little touch, but they show you where all of the robot masters reside in the world.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So you got Astroman in like Sweden or Finland.
Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah.
The problem is the dots are so big, like that covers up like 20 countries in Europe.
Yeah.
It's insane. Then we got swordsman.
Swordsman is somewhere in Asia. I think that's like.
Asia land.
Yeah.
Then we got Aquaman.
Aquaman in Madagascar.
Yeah. Searchman.
Yeah, Searchman in Africa somewhere.
We fight Duo here, which is there.
Which is there, yeah. I'm terrible at geography.
I.
This is sad.
It was always my worst subject at school.
Then you got Tengu Man was in Japan. Frost Man was in like not Antarctica. I'm an idiot. Like the North Pole somewhere.
Surgeman.
Searchman. No, Grenade Man. Grenade Man's in like Peru.
And
Clown
Clownman.
Man was in Australia.
And Dr. Light resides in.
The Great US of A.
And Wily's Skull Fortress is.
No, that's not his skull. That's just.
Well, it's a Skull Island.
It's the Skull Island, yeah.
It's in the.
Candy Apple Island.
What they got there?
Apes, but they're not so big.
Skulls, but they ain't so big. I'm home. One of the things we're gonna show off in this little quick part is all of the boats we've been collecting. You can use them to unlock power-ups.
Yeah.
So we've got all kinds of parts like a power shield. This is normally what most people go for straight away is the power shield.
Okay.
It stops knockback, which
Oh,
is
that's nice.
one of the most annoying things in a Mega Man game. So we're gonna. You know what's weird about this game is, unlike a lot of other Mega Man games where they have things like this, there is a finite part of nuts and bolts, and even if you collect everything, you can't buy everything.
Nuts and bolts.
Mega Man nuts and bolts. So we are gonna go for the power shield.
Oh, Gareth, you
What?
should have gotten the climb ladders faster first. The step boost. Ow! Okay. I'll just buy it when I play.
We got sliding move speed up. Be careful. I always love that. What do you think? What else should we get then, TJ? We got a lot of these. Just like you can
The arrow.
You can shoot more. Really, I tend to go for the laser. But
Okay.
do you want to go for the arrow?
Wait, what's the 5 times?
You just shoot 5 Mega Busters together.
Yeah, go for the arrow.
Okay. Right on.
Right on.
One thing we joked
you
about.
have just enough for the step booster.
No, that's how much it costs. I have 2 left.
Ooh, you have just enough for the step booster.
Exit level. Get me the fuck out of here. This is something you and I picked up on. When you exit, Rose sounds a lot like Eagle Raptor's impression of her in his sequelitis video.
Oh, I forgot. Let me hear.
Good luck, Mega Man.
Mega Man, Mega Man! You gotta jump down the thing! I know.
I know, okay? Alright, here we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first. I always like to go for Swordman first. Just
See, I always used to go for Aquaman.
see, I go for Swordman just because the way his his level has a gimmick.
Oh, you missed it. He
I'm
said,
Swordsman.
I'm Swordsman.
I am Swordsman.
Swordman.
Sword. The reason why I like to go for Swordman first
Ready.
is just because his gimmick, the first half of his level, you have, as we're gonna see, we get.
Hold on, switch to the flash grenade.
What?
Because when you step on the thing, all the batons jump out. And if you throw the flash grenade, then it kills them all.
Do we have to kill them all, TJ?
No, but you get a bunch bunch of stuff.
Does murder really solve anything?
But they're Batautons!
One of the things I like is, as you're about to see in this room, there's 4 different other rooms you get teleported to, and each of them requires you to use a power-up you gained in the first half.
Yeah.
Which is a really nice gimmick.
Yeah, I like it. Like you and I talked about earlier, this game does a great job of giving you reasons to use the Robot Master items.
Yep.
For more than just using it to more easily defeat a different robot.
Because I'm trying to think in terms of not all of them, but in terms of a lot of the classic games, I can't think of a real reason where you need to use, like, aside from like Flashman's weapon in Quickman stage, like a lot of them aren't really built to do anything, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to think of aside from things like the magnet beam or like item 1, 2, or field, like the rush abilities, there's not really like a need to use weapons. You know?
To overcome obstacles.
Yeah, which is it's I know Mega Man isn't the most beloved game in the franchise, but I do feel it has a
certain je ne sais quoi.
It really does. It has a they really thought about I would argue they thought more about level design in this game versus some of the other ones.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
I mean more in the sense that like they thought you could tell there was effort put into thinking about weapon like the boss power-ups and things like that versus something like I think it was last time we said it's like 5 has like 3 shield power-ups.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Which is like no one was thinking there.
Oh, Batautons! You've seen that, haven't you? The pitch for the Ruby Spears.
Oh yeah, with the evil Batautons.
The evil murderous Batautons.
You
How
know,
do they call Elect Man Bright Man in that? That's my favorite part.
that's his Japanese name.
What? Really?
No.
Oh. Don't do that to me.
That's something we should talk about.
Don't
you know?
embarrass me in front of the video.
Something we recorded the first parts of this LP like the day after the news of the new Mega Man cartoon was released.
Oh, we didn't say.
And we said, "Oh, we can talk about this." And we never did.
Yeah, we didn't say shit. We're dumb.
It's good to I would say in this section, it's good to just because this fire is a one-hit kill.
Oh, is
This
it?
lava is a one. Yeah, it's in one.
I didn't know that.
And if you get a good one like that, you get all the way to the sun, baby. So
Yeah, there it is.
new Mega Man cartoon, TJ.
Oh, God, please.
Thoughts?
That's why I didn't say anything, because I didn't want to talk about it.
It is a thing. To be all we've been shown is a image of Mega Man's redesign and a brief log line about some of the plot. And it is a thing where you do want to try and give the benefit of the doubt, but it just feels like. I mean, if people who don't know, I'm sure just look up the new Mega Man cartoon by production company Man of Action.
Yeah, man.
Who are responsible for shows like Ben 10,
See, that's why I
Generator Rex, I think is theirs,
Yeah.
and Ultimate Spider-Man / Hulk in the Age of Smash.
See, now... Nope. It's that one.
I think is it the same in every one?
No. There, you have to... It's the...
I know.
Okay. Pink, green... No!
You sure?
Yes. Promise you. Pink, green, yellow.
Okay.
You didn't hit pink first.
You can't just once you do one, you have to do all of them.
Oh.
It's a set. So pink,
Yeah.
green. Oh my God, TJ actually knew something.
Woo! I paid attention. I didn't have to know it. The Tauntaun. I just... the dongos!
I can't wait to bomb the dongos.
I don't know. It just feels like it's trying too hard to be different.
That's why that's the thing about it is, there's things where like he's an average schoolboy who is built in, like it's almost like the Mega Man.
Also, why did they have to? Why did they have to name him something different? His name's Rock.
No, it's Akai Light.
It's Aki or something.
Aki, it's AKI. It's just I don't know.
It's just unnecessary.
I mean, like I get, the thing I think about doing something different is that's what you do with a franchise that's had a lot of different interpretations. Like something like like Spider-Man is a show you could arguably get away with doing things slightly different.
Yeah, you're right.
Something like Mega Man, where he's only had really, in terms of animation, you know, he had the Ruby Spears cartoon,
Yeah.
and he had a few straight in terms of classic Mega Man,
Yeah.
Ruby Spears cartoon, and a like 3 straight to video like Japanese OVAs.
Uh-huh. And then wasn't there also who was the Mega Man clone in that? The green one?
Oh, the green, yeah, that was in Captain and the Game Master. Mega Man. That was terrible. But in terms of all of those were in the 90s, so it's been well over 20 years before he's had anything, and I just think that I think it was Ash Paulson on the Game Explain podcast, Real Talk, where it was just like, it just feels like every generic kid superhero cartoon show where like they do like that today. That they felt a need to shoehorn into Mega Man, which was never. I mean, with the exception of the very short-lived Dreamwave comic book, which they had him in, like going to school in there. I haven't read it. I wish Bobby was here. I think he's read it, or at least knows more about it.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think a lot of us were just disappointed because we were just hoping for the Archie comic book in cartoon form.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's. Have we talked about that yet? I mean, we've mentioned it on here. I really wish that book was back, because that book was amazing.
That was without question my favorite book I got every month. I would hardly recommend. I mean, as much as I love Sonic and another thing about the arrow, you gotta actually select it. Let's go select it.
You?
Yeah, you gotta select it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
As much as I love Ian Flynn's work on the Sonic book and.
Gotta get that run and jump there, Gary.
Soon, as much as I love Ian Flynn's work on like Sonic and the Sonic Universe books, it's just I really think that Mega Man was just it was just a stronger book.
Yeah, it was exactly what fans of the classic series needed. It was perfect.
That was a thing where it followed the established canon that was set up. I mean, you say canon in terms of Mega Man, it sounds so dumb to say it, but it follows the established canon that was in the games, but added new things to make it feel fresh.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it just feels like, I know it almost feels hypocritical to say that and then complain about the new one, you know, changing so many things, but it just feels like
they changed the wrong things.
It feels like they've done. I mean, like one of the writers came out and said, you know, it was like I completely understand fans of the franchise who are, you know, when things are going. Anyway, it feels like they're changing things that it's going to be bad, but you know, please just give it a chance. Which I will. I'll watch it. You know, like it's just that. I'll be honest with you. I'm not the biggest fan of Man of Action.
Yeah, I know.
In terms of their shows. So when I heard they got the job, it was almost like hearing Michael Bay was directing the first Transformers movie. You're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good.
Oh shoot, we never said anything about Swordsman.
Oh, we didn't.
Because Swordsman is by far my favorite, like, retconned, like, designed, like, idea. And the reason I say that is because I don't think they came up with this before they made him. So here in the Robot Master Guide it says, after stealing a large antiquated sword from a museum, Dr. Wily needed someone capable of wielding it. To that end, he created Swordsman, a battle robot built with an upper torso that floats above and independently from his legs, which allows for balance when wielding the weighty weapon. Which is awesome! Like, that's hilarious, too. That he was like, I stole this.
And I'm going to say, just off the back, obviously, you want to use Aquaman for this guy.
Yeah. Because
Aquaman destroys this guy, it's hilarious.
Yeah, because he's flame.
You know what's weird though? It's like normally when you get a World Master's power, you normally could get their best attack. I would say in terms of the moves that he shows, Flame Sword is his worst attack.
Yeah.
I would much rather have the fire spinny attack.
Me too.
Or drop giant statues on people attack.
It would be kind of too much like Top Man though.
So what else does it say?
His quote is, "There's no second chance." Swordsman's it's over. Swordman's primary offensive tool is the Flame Sword, which was created to wield a flame-enveloped blade that he slashes his opponents with. While the sword is ignited, Swordman can also perform a rapid spinning attack called the Fire Slash, in which the top half of his body flies and spins at his enemies with the sword outreached. Furthermore, he can surround his body with flames as well as drop large stone statues on his foes from above. Contrary to many other robot masters, Swordsman likes his fights to be fair and honest. Unfortunately, his ancient warrior motif is seen by others as being out of style. Having been designed around his sword, Swordman is extremely proud of the artifact, boasting about its sharpness and practicing the art of Japanese word. Naturally, the one thing that he cannot stand most is when his sword begins to dull. Don't we all? Oh, you did it.
I was trying to hold off the fight until you finished, but I was getting bored, so I wanted to get it.
Okay.
Wait, we gotta listen to this. This is the best voice acting in the entire game.
Yep.
Flame Sword!
You didn't even let me hear it! I don't even know these things. Like, it's like whenever you sing the Thundercats theme song, I don't really know if there's a ba-da, ba-da, because you always get right in my face and go, ba-da! I don't know if it's there. I don't know if he really says Flame Sword.
If you go back and listen, Mega Man's voice actress says Flame Sword, S-L-O-R-D, not Flame Sword.
Oh, wow.
Did you finish talking about Swordsman, or was there more?
Finish talking about Swordsman.
Finish Swordsman then.
No, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on. Swordsman's power to best use against person thing.
It's Searchman.
Swordsman's weakness is the Flame Sword.
Yeah.
So TJ is now gonna take over duties.
And I'm gonna give Gareth the guide.
The Robot Master Field Guide. The power's in my hands. But yeah, in terms of the cartoon, it's like you wanna give it. Okay. You kind of want to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I'll just say that I don't exactly. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah. I know.
Just based on what they. I mean, I'm sure once we get a trailer, that might change.
Yeah, true. I always like that. I think that only happens in Searchman stage.
What's that?
Where you come, it shows your teleporter coming from higher.
But that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I like that a lot.
So Searchman, number DWN61, weapon homing sniper, weakness flame sword. Searchman gave life as a defense robot made for surveillance, but when Dr. Wily stole and repurposed him for battle, he added a second head to the robot in the hopes it would give him the combat capabilities of two robots. Instead, one head took the role of sergeant, while the other assumed the position of sergeant major, with the two not getting along and often spending more time being suspicious of each other than completing their objectives. Searchman has many notable attacks, including a brief firing of a missile barrage known as the Deadly Storm, and a spiked spinning discus that rebounds off of walls. His primary weapon, the homing sniper, allows him to target enemies with small homing missiles that rarely miss their mark. He is also skilled at taking cover, using dummies to confound and confuse his opponent in battle. Searchman's two heads allow for a wider than normal field of vision, though he tends not to use this ability to its fullest. He is a bit cowardly, and prefers to launch sneak attacks instead of confronting opponents directly. He is not into negotiation, perhaps due to his two heads constantly trying to talk over one another.
I love Searchman.
Searchman's cool,
He might be. I think he's my. Actually, you know what? I think he's my favorite Robot Master for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the ones in it have good designs and good personalities.
Yeah. I like it. Oh, there it is.
And this, well, you know, if you, I think, you know what, you can use the flame sword to kill those things in one go. Like
Oh,
the
really?
electric glance. You actually might want to go on the floor because there is some what you call them, nuts and bolts. Flame Sword! You know, I will say that I think Searchman, for me, might have the weakest music track, though.
I like his music track. I think it's better than like Tengu Man. I think it's better than Clown Man.
Clown Man.
Clown Man. I actually like it a lot. Actually, I found myself listening to this track. I was listening to the soundtrack in general this week, and I found myself listening to Searchman's track quite a bit. Tracks that I see myself going back to on this soundtrack a lot are usually Grenade Man, Searchman, and Opening Stage.
I like Opening Stage. For some reason, I go like the Frostman and YV1 a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and the bass battle. Good shit. Good shit.
You did say you like the bass battle. I always forget what the button layout is.
Jump, you fool!
Jump, jump.
Bad.
Oh shit, it's a big boulder. Damn it!
You know, I would say Searchman probably has the weakest gimmick. Because his gimmick is it's entirely in appearance, not so much in gameplay. Like the closest thing he has to a gimmick is just a bunch of like things to swing off with using the Thunder Claw. You know, like it doesn't have, you know, like a jump slide side section or like the flying sections from like Tengu Man or Frostman stages.
There we go.
So DJ, time for a depressing topic.
Oh, please no.
So, with the new cartoon
Yeah.
coming out, and
What? You can't have that good of aim.
with the new cartoon coming out,
Yeah.
and because it's going to be premiering on Mega Man's 30th anniversary,
Oh man.
do you think they think they're going to pull a slight Sonic Boom, but instead of keeping like the Mega Man we all know and love, they'll just replace it with animated Mega Man?
I think it'll all depend on the reception. I think they had a slight idea that Sonic Boom was. Oh, there we go.
You just fail at life.
I know. It's alright. I've come to terms with it. Why can't you?
Oh, good jump. Good jump, slide.
I had to do it because you said it. I think it'll all be in terms of reception. I mean, I don't think they're that stubborn. That they would just be like, "Oh, this is a new thing. Deal with it." Because I mean, they've had different versions of Mega Man for years.
Good point. Mega Man has probably had the most. You wouldn't even call it reboots, just alternate continuities of like most than any other video game character I can think of. Flashbomb Full.
Oh, really?
You might want to use the Rush power up for health.
Yeah. How do I do it?
Press start. I'm not sure if we've unlocked it yet. Go to items.
We have. I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah. It's that one, right?
No, it's actually one that has health in it, so that's the one we haven't unlocked yet. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. I did it.
Save the world. But yeah, because I think. There you go. I'm so bad at it. I think there was a recent fan questionnaire. What are you waiting for?
Trying to see what I could get, but I already had enough flame swords, so it didn't matter.
That refills everything.
Oh, that one does?
Yeah.
I thought it just refilled one to full.
Yeah, I think that there was a recent Capcom questionnaire where they did ask, fans, would you like a Mega Man 11
Yeah.
type of thing. I would like a Mega Man 11, but I'd like it like, let's not keep it 8-bit anymore, you know?
Yeah.
Let's give Mega Man his powers back. You can't shoot that thing, you know?
Oh, I didn't know that.
One thing I should say, because again we're using the actual disc for this and not the Anniversary Collection. For some reason, on the Anniversary Collection, Searchman's voice is messed up.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pitched weird.
Shoot. Fire.
It's like that they like pitched it up.
Oh, that's weird.
It's like on Frostman stage, the jump slide section. The voice is wrong. No idea why. But it angers me.
I guess it's been so long since I played that version.
Oh no! As TJ showed, the trick with this guy is just to flame. But TJ, you're being way too conservative, bud. Just flame sword the fuck out of him.
I don't know.
Shoot. Fire.
The best one, if like the best thing with this guy is if you can get him into a pattern of doing this over and over again, just get a bunch of easy hits like this. Just get a bunch of easy hits.
Deadly sword.
Oh. Yeah!
I love that animation of them. I really wish that he hadn't gone in the middle every time, because I love the decoys that he makes. The stupid looking dummies.
As it said in the manual,
Yeah.
he likes to make decoys.
That's true.
It's weird how these four don't. I think we talked about this in the last part, but how the last four masters don't drop evil energy.
Oh yeah.
Because I guess they weren't collecting them; they were just guarding the towers.
Yeah, exactly. They're guarding the force field, I guess.
I love the names of the weapons, and I love how Mega
Homing
Man's
Sniper!
voice actors say, "Homing Sniper!" It sounds badass.
Yeah, it does.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again on Mega Man 8. Please join us next time where we take down the last two Robot Masters. This one.
And if this is your first part, you should probably go back and watch the other parts. You didn't know what the hell is going on. What the hell's a Mega Man?
How come DC haven't sued these guys for that one?
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Wait a minute, I'm in charge. I say when the part's over.
I've been FTA. Good night, everybody.
It's over.